ANZ8101 was actually the second generation of trials that the ANZ Breast Cancer Trials Group performed. This trial was for women with metastatic breast cancer. It looked at the possibility of using intermittent therapy rather than continuing until it failed, where you could give a burst of treatment and then wait for a while. And we did it in the context of two of the then very popular types of chemotherapy. This was a relatively large trial. It had 308 patients. To do that, we had established a working collaboration between 12 institutions across Australia and New Zealand to find out which was the better way to go. The hope was that that would reduce the impact of the nasty treatments that we had in those days, because this was 40 years ago, so chemotherapy was an unpleasant experience. This was before there was good treatment to control nausea and vomiting, and we thought maybe less of it might be just as good with less side effects. It didn't work out that way. Rather against what we had hoped when we set it up, continuous therapy turned out to be better than giving a break. It turned out that it was better in controlling the disease, and that was important. ANZ was important in one other way. It was the first trial in which the group incorporated patient-reported outcomes, quality of life measures. Both of these things gave us the same answer. Quality of life continued to improve when we continued treatment, but it deteriorated when we stopped. So quite clearly, the idea of giving a holiday doesn't work in breast cancer. It was a landmark achievement from a group that was only just becoming known internationally. It got published in the New England Journal of Medicine, which was the #1 journal in which to get these clinical trials published. Women were reassured that the treatments they were putting up with, and they did have to put up with them, were on the whole better than the alternative, not having the treatment. That it would improve how long they'd live to a small extent and how well they'd live to quite a considerable extent as they assessed it themselves. So patient self-assessment of quality of life was an important achievement in this trial. And that wasn't happening outside trials at the time.